Housing Minister has apologised to homebuyers left out of pocket and stressed by the messy cut-off of the first home grant scheme.
Newshub can reveal the government's caved to pressure and worked up a quick fix for those affected by the sudden and unexpected policy change. Political editor Jenna Lynch broke this story and has the exclusive developments.
Breathing a sigh of relief.
Yeah, it's been a long couple of weeks.
A long, stressful couple of weeks for Shanae after the government unexpectedly cut the first home grant just as she was about to use it for a deposit.
I've been, waiting to hear back around the Kāinga Ora grants and whether it would go ahead or not, and so that's been quite stressful, just, waiting to hear.
She was relying on $10,000 for her deposit for a home she was partnering with a charity to buy. She had the grant approved, but her settlement date was pushed out, the grant expired, and it was suddenly ripped away. After Newshub reported her plight 2 weeks ago,
It's a huge shock and it's so stressful.
the Housing Minister intervened.
This is essentially a small anomaly that's been created by the closure of the scheme.
He instructed housing officials at Kāinga Ora to create an exemption so that people whose grants have expired while waiting for a delayed settlement date will still be able to access the grant. They're contacting affected people today.
We're just moving quickly just to make sure every person who has a reasonable expectation of using the scheme can use it.
Applicants will need to meet 2 criteria to be considered for an exemption. They must have had existing pre-approval that had expired prior to the announcement of the first home grant closure and have signed a sale and purchase agreement on or before the 22nd of May 2024.
We're fixing it up. As L.V. Martin used to say, it's the putting right that counts.
Shanae says she's grateful they've come up with a solution, but she should never have had to go through this.
Initially, I was quite frustrated with how it was handled. There wasn't much forethought to the impact that would have quite dramatically.
Well, I apologise to them for the slightly messy end to the way in which the first home grant scheme has happened.
The Housing Minister didn't have a definitive number of those who may be eligible for the exemption, but said 9 individuals had been in touch with his office directly, and he expected there to be more. Anyone who believes they may be eligible for the exemption needs to contact Kāinga Ora by next Friday to be considered. Jenna Lynch, Newshub.